So, namaskar everyone, and thank you so much for being part of this afternoon today. This is a big occasion for two reasons, of course. The first, the very reason that we are here doing this big event, which is on the occasion of the World Green Building Council Week. We are doing this this talk organized by PJMT in association with the Indian Green Building Council, which we are doing to the student chapters. It's been a 1 week of wonderful presentations being made by various speakers, very eminent speakers from all over the country. They talked on the subject of energy efficiency and also on the net zero energy building, which is the objective of this week. We had various colleges participating with us, and for each of the college, we had a speaker who came in and delivered on the subject. While doing that, today is also very special because PJMT is going to sign, the Prem Jain Memorial Trust is going to sign MOU with the Indian Green Building Council, and we chose this occasion, which is the last talk of this World Green WGBC and PJMT, the Green Week celebrations that we were doing. So at this occasion, we are going to be signing the MOU. We have with us very, very eminent personalities, the chairman of the Indian Green Building Council, Mr. V. Suresh. You can see the cheerful young man with the thumbs up. So he's our green guru that we have today, and of course a very, very passionate person. We are also going to be joined by Mr. Gurmeet Singh Sethi. He's the co-chairman of the vice chairman of the Indian Green Building Council, and he's going to be
Gurmeet Singh Arora, not Sethi.
Sorry, sir. I continue to be.
Ashish, you don't forget me. You always remember me, it seems. Huh?
Yes, I do that. And along with that, we have the trustees. We have Mrs. Renu Jain, and she is joined. She's wife of Dr. Prem Jain, on whose memory we set up this trust. You can see her on the screen.
Yeah.
Then we have IGBC team members who have joined. I can see Anand. I can see Mr. Venkatagiri. I can see Mr. Srinivas and Mr. Puneet Agarwal. So we have these eminent personalities from the Indian Green Building Council. Then we also have Mr. Rajesh ji, who's helping us to put the event together, and then we have the PJMT board members, the trust members, and I'd like to acknowledge their presence. Please let me know if I miss out someone, because I'm able to see limited names on the screen here. We have Mr. Gurmeet Singh Sethi, and this time I got it right, Gurmeet. We have Mr. Rajneesh Joshi. Then Rajesh is one of our eminent speakers who spoke earlier. He's there with us. Rajesh Jain. And then we have the Air Asher India chapter president, which is Mr. Dharmendra Rathore. Am I missing someone? Of course, our Mr. Sandeep Narang, who's the man who's responsible for helping us to put this event along with the IGBC and PJMT. So he's the one who has mentored the whole program, and grateful to him. Mr. Kamal Miatal is also there. He was wonderful. He was also a speaker at one of the talks during this week. And finally,
Rajesh Nagari, Ashish. We have Rajesh Nagari.
Rajesh Nagari also. Okay.
Hi. Good afternoon and good evening.
Rajesh. Hi. This is Rajesh. So I couldn't.
What about Chandra? Hariharan?
Dr. Paul is with us also. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Dr. Vijay Paul. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Paul is also joining. So you've got such personalities joining us today. So it's a great. And then finally, Payal, who's daughter of Dr. Jain, and she's the person who's got the whole trust going together. So with this backdrop, I think we have a wonderful setup for doing this MOU signing. Dr. Jain was most passionately, most closely working with the Indian Green Building Council. He was regarded as the father of the green movement by the virtue of the work that he did. And in his memory, we set up this trust. And the first MOU that the trust is signing is with the IGBC. It has to be with IGBC and nobody else. So I'm going to invite Mr. V. Suresh now to say a few words. As I already said that Mr. V. Suresh is the chairman of the council, and he's a very, very driven, passionate man. The house that he is currently, you can see in the backdrop, is also a green house. It's done by the famous architect Laurie Baker. And you can see the exposed brick set up there. So he's a man who's working morning to evening. You can find him at the various events completely in the same energy and with the same smile. So he's the one who drives us to keep going forward and keep launching new rating systems all the time. So over to you, Suresh sir.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Ashishji, I'll do that with great pleasure. But as per the agenda, wasn't it Payal's turn? Because program done, she used to talk first, then I had to come in. Wasn't it the order? No problem. I thought it ladies first also. And Payalji being the founder trustee of Premji Memorial Trust, I thought she had the first option to do it. No, we should have given her the privilege.
I'm happy to come in, Suresh. You know, the order we sent to Ashish, he's following that correctly, so it's not his fault, but I'm happy to come in here.
Okay, because I had a thing where you were to speak first. No, not any.
Oh,
Ma'am, if you can go, it'll be fantastic. I'll be happy. Payal, I'll be happy.
I want to say a big thank you to the IGBC, who is family to me now in the last, however many, last 2 years, I feel like I'm part of the IGBC family. IGBC is part of the PJMT family. So thank you everybody who's made this possible. Sureshji, Gurmeet, Anand, Puneet, Srinivas, all of you. Thank you very much. I also want to say a big thank you to the Premji Memorial Trust trustees and Board of Governors, most of whom are here. Each one of you, thank you very much. Every single one of you has made this possible today. And I know you have been taking out a lot of time from all your very busy schedules to guide. We started from zero. We started when I was floundering with what to do, where to go. Ashish did not, but he in this whole journey, each one of you has been. So thank you. I'm not going to name everybody. You all know how important you are to this trust. Thank you very much for being here. I also want to welcome my mother, who's been a silent in this whole trust, has always been behind, knows every single day what is happening. Thank you very much for being our strength. I will talk in a minute about the objectives of this MOU. And as Ashish said, this is the first MOU that Premji Memorial Trust is signing. And of course, it had to be only with IGBC. Who else? I think the synergies are so great. We have a common goal. We have a common journey. The whole idea of the two organizations joining hands is to collaborate and share knowledge, to spread awareness about sustainability, to make more and more people aware of how important it is for our planet to be green, to remain green, for each one of us to play a role, to be part of this end goal, which we all hope, and we all hope our children will inherit a planet that is greener than we leave behind. Is to exchange information on all developments in various areas related to sustainability and environment, to work in tandem in activities, events, programs that are coming in the future, and concerns of the climate, concerns about energy efficiency, about sustainable workplaces, sustainable homes. So that is our common goal, and I'm hoping together we can continue to do all that. I know IGBC has been part of everything we have done, and I'm grateful, and I hope it continues. Thank you very much. Sureshji, big thank you. I do want to say something. What you bring to every forum is your enthusiasm, your energy, this brightness, this spark, and really it charges all of us. So thank you for being that constant light with us. Thank you. And I'll hand it over to Sureshji. Thank you.
Thank you. Very happy good afternoon to all the wonderful people around here in this one program. We are 125 already in number here. And the first greeting I want to give to Renu Jain ji. Ma'am, I'm so happy that you have joined for this wonderful program of inking the relationship between the Prem Jain Memorial Trust and the Indian Green Building Council. I'm very happy. Your gracious presence means a lot to us. And in that order, I would like to next greet Kamal Mittalji, being the veteran senior person in the industry who has also joined along with us and other members of the trust of the PJMT, Dr. Paul Saab, Dharmendra ji, as well as Rajesh ji, Sandeep Narang, as well as Rajesh Jain ji. I'm so happy you're all here. And our own wonderful team that you have with Gurmeet ji, he has joined. Gurmeet Singh Arora ji has already joined in a wonderful logo with the white turban now. So Gurmeet Singh Sethi's turban and his turban will differentiate very well with the color of two sides from the IGBC and the PJMT side. And also have Executive Director Venkatagiri ji, Srinivas ji, Anand, Puneet Agarwal, and all the wonderful team. Sandeep Narang's name I forgot to make a mention. Thank you very much. And very happy that you all joined for this great event. At the very outset, I want to place on record my deep appreciation to the PJMT for having done something amazing. I have not seen this one organization doing for not just 5 days, which are 21 to 25, which is a World Green Building Week, but they are done it for 6 days consecutively. Nearly 9 speakers, 8 campuses being involved in this in different parts of the country, and they are all active participants on that. I had the pleasure of inaugurating this program on the 21st afternoon, and in between, Payal, you may not know, I keyed in twice in 2-day session and heard for a little time because I couldn't spend the whole time, therefore I didn't want to intervene there. So I am aware of, so that means effectively out of 6 days, I have keyed in for the first day, and of course today is the last day, and also 2 days in between for some time. Each one of them a different thing. And Ashish, I got to place on record one more thing. It's not only net zero energy alone that you have talked about, and the real theme of the World Green Building Week covers all the initiatives of the net zero. You covered water, you covered waste management, you covered also housing. So you covered an array of topics. The canvas was very wide, and in which you have put the mosaic into wonderful paints of that. You got a little kaleidoscopic view now of what you have done in the last 6 days, and today you're going to the last presentation coming in few minutes from now after the inking the relationship. Well, it's great. 125 years of CII. I find it on the canvas. That's where you all started. 20 years of IGBC on the left side and 2 years of the PJMT. It was exactly 736 days back that Dr. Prem Jain Saab left all of us on the 20th of September 2018. So that's a very solemn occasion for all of us to remember him. I'm sure he must be watching with a sense of pride the way in which the trust in his name and the movement is being taken forward by his by both Renuji as well as Payalji in a very big way, with the support of great support of Ashish to lead and Chandra Hari also to be there very closely to work with that. Can you believe this particular body in a short little time period had so many living building series even there? Not only the first group of that, they are also the second series already come. I had the pleasure of doing not only the first but also the second one, colloquium, which was done in so many of them. If I'm not mistaken, I would like to be corrected because I asked Chandra on the figure, so don't go wrong. Is it 4,000 plus or 5,000 plus? The reaching out that you have done in the last about 1 year time period through this series under the Prem Jain Memorial Trust is a phenomenal component. Outreach to nearly around 5K is phenomenal, and I think all these young minds. My own message to the World Green Building Week is igniting the minds of the young. And this youth is where all these young architects and engineers, either civil, mechanical, electrical, whatever, and they are all going to be taking place in the next about 5 years time. Why 5 years? Even 2 years, 3 years to 5 years time. And if you're able to ingrain this concept in a large way of the green building movement in the minds of all these young minds, and I'm telling you, you're invested in the future of the country. And that's exactly what Dr. Prem Jain had vision to do that. And I'm also happy there's a differentiation that you're doing under Prem Jain Memorial Trust is also to reach out through a large way through the young generation to the students of colleges of architecture, engineering, and technology. And that's a big differentiator because we have many type of organization to work on. And I'm very happy. Today is also a good day because we are the 254th chapter of the student chapter also done. During this week itself, 2 chapters got opened out. And that's an important one. 254 student chapters means a lot. And I'm sure that will each one of them brings in at least of the order of about 200 to 400 young architects or engineers in the making. And we should be able to reach out, and PJMT is doing that. And I'm extremely happy that this memorandum of understanding that is being signed between the PJMT and the Indian Green Building Council is to work together, both the organizations, and share the experiences, and also to see large number of programs which can be done together. PJMT initiated, IGBC supporting, IGMC initiated, PJMT also joining with that particular program, and some of the other programs where it can be jointly, where topics of common interest are going to be there. And this is the right way. After all, it's all about partnership and sharing the knowledge, dissemination of the particular information in a very large way to the large number of people. Today I had morning with one of the student chapters, and actually amazing that Department of Architecture, the way in which I had done, Jeet Kumar has done that today morning, the Hindu College of Architecture. We had that particular program today morning, and the type of involvement of the students were amazing. And I can see, I was telling that today evening, I'll briefly mention about this because if that is the type of involvement that the young students can have, and there are about 6 or 7 student participants also involved in the particular program there. So therefore, you're on the right track, Payalji, and I'm sure we'll take it forward. A common website with information exchange is another component. A liaison committee is also a part of that. We are also trying to work out how, along with the larger programs of the government and initiatives done by larger internationally, this is an international initiative. That's why I was very keen PJMT to join, and you have done creditably well. I'm sure they will themselves take a note. World Green Building Council take a note. One organization, PJMT, did events on all the 6 days is something beyond. We have done it. We have done about 28 events under the IGBC and IGBC chapters there. And we're also doing up to 6 days. But that is through various chapters, each one of them body by himself. But single-handedly, you, along with Ashish and the team, have been able to do the 6 programs. And therefore, we're very happy to join. I should take more time than this. And this is a great chapter history being written over there of forging relationship between like-minded 2 great organizations to work together. We'll be, as it was great, Dr. Jain's dream, initially 1 square feet per population, and all that he wanted was a 1 billion square feet to be done. That was crossed long time. It was corrected later on, and you'll be happy. He'll be very happy. So he himself left nearly at 6 billion, and this is very good. And we are crossed 7.61 billion square feet. And we'll achieve the 10 billion square feet, which is his vision. And that is when the 15th of August 2022, when the flag rises over there, 2022, but in India at 75 counts, we would have reached 10 billion square feet by the time over there. With all the rating system and the new one getting added over there was just last week. Over the 26th rating system, the 27th rating was for the integrated logistics, warehousing, and the cold chain related one. The most important infrastructure required for a supply chain mechanism, very badly needed for India's economic development. And maybe a month from now, you'll have the good news, Ashish himself being there. We have put him as a chair for that. For the net zero water scheme, a committee is constituted, good work is done. So like the net zero energy, which is already rating is already in operation for the last 2 years, and we are going to net zero water joining very shortly. Net zero waste and net zero carbon also will be coming. Well, on that very positive note, all I want to do is an opportunity like this, wish you, Payal, and the whole team of PJMT and all the trustees and the board of governors all the success, and look up to us. And I'm very happy myself and Gurmeet ji, my able co-chair, together we'll see all that is needed to see relationship blossoms into something really great over there. And for the executive side, both the executive director and the principal advisor, Srinivas, and the principal counselors, all of them are solidly behind you in taking this forward. And on that positive note, I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Suresh Saab. Thank you for the words of inspiration coming from you. They mean a lot. And then I think the best part that I said I liked was when you said that two like-minded organizations coming together.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving that opportunity to PJMT. So now is the time that we quickly move on to the momentous occasion, and I'm going to request Payal and Mrs. Jain, and from IGBC side, Suresh Saab, of course, Gurmeet, and Mr. K.S. Venkatagiri. Please switch on your cameras, and if you
Yeah.
could hold the MOUs that have been signed, and maybe some pictures can be taken uh, by the organizing team.
Yeah, but I think it's also a screenshot will be coming. I'm
MOU
sure.
is going to come on the
Yeah,
screen.
that's already come there with all the signatures over there. Payalji's signature, my signature, and Venkatagiri's signature are there. It's a 3-page document of framework for working together. But we can also hold it together. All of us can also
You
hold
have
it together.
Dr. Jain overlooking you from behind. The photograph just behind you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so don't cover that
Absolutely.
photograph.
No, I'm not. You're right.
Yeah.
Wrong side.
All the partners are there. 125 years. 125 years of CII, 20 years of IGBC, and 2 years of Prem Jain Memorial Trust working together. Great, great day.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank
very
you. I think that was wonderful, absolutely. And I'm going to hand it over to.
Can you just remove that, shift it a little on the screen there, because all the photos are coming marking Venkatagiri's signature. If you, yeah, can you just push it a little on the left side?
So that
KSV's signature
you
is
have
not
to do
seen.
with your own cursor. It's up to you.
Okay.
There is a dividing line between at the boundary between the pictures and this.
Okay,
so
okay.
Shift that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Otherwise, we would have had KSV's signature on the right side after mine. I would have loved to see that particular one, everybody. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So once again, thank you for this great our first MOU coming together. Thank you for the trustees to be there. Your presence means a lot, and thank you to the CII team, IGBC team who've been part of this, and of course our speaker who's going to be coming next, Anurag. And I'm glad that in this final session, when you're going to be addressing the students, we did this signing ceremony today. I'm going to hand it over now to Gurmeet, and it's Gurmeet Singh Arora. I will not get that wrong at all. So Gurmeet, over to you. He's the Vice Chairman of Indian Green Building Council, and he's also a Waterman of India. So he's the Chairman of the President of the Indian Plumbing Association. Very, very active man. He's a copper man, he's a water man, and now a green man. So over to you, Gurmeet. So,
well, the water man is called Dr. Rajendra Singh from Rajasthan.
For me, you are the water man, Gurmeet.
So anyway, so I am very delighted to be here today with all of you. Even though I'm a director on the board of the Prem Jain Memorial Trust, I am representing the IGBC here right now. Our goals in IGBC are sustainable development. It was Dr. Jain who I met in 1994, and he brought me and V. Suresh Saab into the IGBC fold and into the green building movement. So in fact, we are really indebted to Dr. Jain that we are now part of this movement and can contribute to society at large. Ashish, he brought you also into this movement, as you know. We hence hold great importance to ensuring that the PGMT and the IGBC work together towards green and sustainable development. Dr. Jain imbibed the path of green into all of us. And even after his demise, he has again united us when he's still not there physically. So you can imagine Dr. Jain's ability to stitch people and teams together. He had this ability to convince people to come together for a cause. And he has done this even after 2 years of his death. So congratulations to all of you, and especially to Mrs. Renu Jain, Payal, to you too. I think this is a fantastic, momentous moment, and we are all very proud that both IGBC and PGMT will work together towards greening India. In Dr. Jain's own words, I will conclude, let us work together in greening Bharat and making India the Jagat Guru in sustainability. So these are Dr. Jain's own words, and we, all of us, remember these words very clearly. We will work together to make Dr. Jain's dream come true to achieve the 10 million square feet that Mr. V. Suresh also mentioned by 2022. In fact, Dr. Jain's target initially, when we joined the green building movement, I think 2003 or 4, was 1 square feet for every person in India. And it was 1 billion square feet. So having achieved this in 2-3 years, Dr. Jain, as we knew him, could always, exponentially increase the targets and the aims and objectives. And suddenly he went to 10 billion square feet. And we all wondered how we will achieve this 10 billion in 10 years, but he went ahead, committed it. And every year we used to cut a cake, one in the shape of the 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 5, where he was there. Last year we were at 7 billion. We celebrated the Congress. We are at 7.62 now, still growing very strong. We have 27 ratings. We cover most of the constructed built environment, whether it is the Motera Stadium at the stadium where the president of USA visited. In COVID times, but he came here. And whether it is any prestige, whether it is a city, a village, IGBC has a rating for that. Every metro station in the country is IGBC certified. So it's a great honor that the PGMT and IGBC will work together. Congratulations again to all of you, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gurmeet. I think that was wonderful. I'm sorry I'm not able to switch on my video to give a clap to you, but yeah, it's there, Gurmeet.
Okay.
Your words of inspiration means a lot, and we've had a great afternoon doing this this signing. So I think without losing time, it's time we move on to the main part of the event, which is now the talk by Anurag. I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Sandeep Narang to take the proceedings from this point onward.
Ashiji will take permission. Payalji, I'll take leave. As I said, I got to get into another event. Immediately they're waiting. The second call has come.
Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much, Gurmeet. That was very good.
I'll join the Indian Plumbing Professional League at 5 o'clock. I'm leaving for home now and then go to change into IPA t-shirt, t-shirt. So please excuse me.
Thank you.
Thank you very
All the
much.
best. And a wonderful president. I heard him earlier. He's one of the finest speakers. I'm sure all the participants will like it. 126 participants. I'm sure they're going to enjoy the presentation. And the sixth day. What a great end to the program. Thank you very much. All
Thank
of
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Venkat Giri. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Payal Jain. Thank you, Suresh Saab. Thank you, Mr. Gurmeet Saab.
Thank
By
you
the
very
way,
much, sir.
today is Raghupati's birthday and he's part of our board, so we all must wish him separately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. I forgot to make a mention of that particular thing. Thank you. It's very nice to
I thought he'll be here today. We'll wish him, but he's not there anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
All the best. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and it was wonderful to be part of IGBC PJMT MOU signing today, and I welcome all to the 6th and concluding day of our Prem Jain Memorial Trust World Green Building Week 2020. World Green Building Week is celebrated every year. Last week of September was World Green Building Council. So we have been doing this week. We had fabulous 6 days, 8 sessions, and today is 8th and last session. It was a wonderful experience to listen to all the stalwarts of industry and listen to the memories of Dr. Jain. I consider myself to be very blessed because during the last 2011 to 2018, I was, because I also live in Delhi, so I was meeting Dr. Jain very frequently, and somehow he asked me to work with few student chapters, and we're working on a model of green education for the students. Of all the memories I have of Dr. Jain, I will share the memory of what I learned from him, which wasn't present in my life earlier meeting Dr. Jain. Dr. Jain taught me not to call the country India. He will always call India as Bharat. He will say that Bharat is the real word. India is English word. India has English has only 26 alphabets. भारत जब हिंदी में हम बोलते हैं और भारत को हम भारत माँ भी बुलाते थे. Dr. Jain will very fondly call Bharat Ma. And submission of an engineer for sustainability should be the way you serve your mother, the way you love your mother. So that was the spirit. Yesterday in the talk of Charan, we had a talk from architect Sanjay Prakash sir. He talked beautifully about the identity. Dr. Jain taught me the identity of looking into Bharat. And now as we have reached today to Government Engineering College, Jagdalpur, so that was part of Dr. Jain's vision of Harit Bharat as we called. भारत के हर कोने में जो engineering colleges हैं, we have 16 million students passing out of engineering colleges every year. 7 to 8 million students get connected to built environment. And Dr. Jain will tell me, Sandeep, till the time we connect with each and every engineer, upcoming engineer, the dream of Harit Bharat cannot be fulfilled. So I would like to thank Sahu sir, who is here today with us from Government Engineering College, Jagdalpur, for arranging this program. And I believe there are few students from the nearby Chhattisgarh colleges also. हम इस प्रोग्राम में हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में इसलिए बात करेंगे, राग जी भी, और हम for make it easy to reach out to the students of our Chhattisgarh. I am specially connected to Jagdalpur. Jagdalpur is my place of birth. मैं कभी-कभी आता भी हूँ वहाँ पे. Last 2018 में आया था. I was very lucky to be in the Government Engineering College, Jagdalpur भी. I could visit the college and interact with few students. I have lovely memories, and I will like to thank the students of Government Engineering College जिन्होंने मेरी उस डिस्कशन के बाद प्रेम जैन मेमोरियल ट्रस्ट के कुछ प्रोग्राम्स में भी हिस्सा लिया जो पिछले साल होते रहे, और उन्होंने मेरे साथ कनेक्ट भी किया. So thank you to students. It's wonderful to have you here, and we will be having a MOU with Government Engineering College Jagdalpur as well as जो मेरी साहू सर से बात हुई है, तो मैनेजमेंट से बात हुई है, and in future also there will be few programs in between our colleges and our trust. So now I will invite Mr. Sahu to share something about the institution which he represents. Please, sir.
Thank you, Sandeep sir. Hello. Hello.
We can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Okay. This is hello everyone. As we know that this is the 6th day of this Green Building Week, World Green Building Week, and this is being collaborated with the Government Engineering College Jagdalpur. That college was established in 1983, 37 years ago, in the Bonanchal of the Jagdalpur, which is famous for its greenery and its waterfalls and many more things. The location is very beautiful, and also our institution is very nicely located and has got a lot more achievements. It runs 6 UG programs and 2 PG programs, and has been affiliated with state universities, CSVTU. Okay, that college is spread over 69 acres area and equipped with many more advanced laboratories for the students. Okay, and which I talked about, that the 2 PG programs, among that 1 PG program is from the civil department, that structural engineering department. So that's why this Green Building Week seminar is very important for us, for being civil engineering, and also we have a master's program. Okay, this department has got a lot more pioneer milestones like consultancies, testings, and that also have got NBR accreditations. That department is a benchmark for many institutions in the state, So you can see the various facilities in our institution in a civil engineering department as computer lab, geotechnical labs, drawing hall, transportation labs, geology lab, structure lab, environment lab, survey lab, and FM lab. This is a universal testing machine lab. There are some models, reinforcement models. This is the just representative classroom. There are girls hostel, boys hostel. You can see there. And Sandeep sir also came in our institute for a session. This is a picture with the students of Sandeep sir, and various small activities are being conducted in our institution also, just like tree plantation and many more with the students. Next, let us come to the about the speaker. Is he's a very he's very knowledgeable person, and he has got expertise on energy efficiency and green building. The Bajpai sir is heading the technical division of Green Tree Global. He has been assigned many works in NTPC, BHEL, CPWD, Airport Authority of India, and railways, metros, PWD, NBCC. A lot of in a lot of segments he has done very well works, and he is very well known for his technical knowledge. And next, he just he did his masters from he did his masters as MBA from IMT Ghaziabad and did BTech from IIT Roorkee. Next, I want to hand over to the Anurag sir for further session. That I hope that session will be very exciting for the students, and I expect our students to participate energetically, and this is a very golden opportunity for our students. So next, I request Anurag sir for the same.
Namaskar. Thank you, Sahu sir, for the introduction. Thank you, Prem Jain Memorial Trust, IGBC, Indian Green Building Council, Government Engineering College, Jagdalpur, and all the stakeholders for organizing such a wonderful event today and inviting me for talking on a subject which is very close to our organization and to me personally. We are going to talk on the sustainability features, the basics of sustainable built environments today. And the presentation that I have prepared is very, very simple so that we can explain it well. And also, we can also like to correlate the aspects of the green building with respect to the students' job prospects as well, and the opportunities where they can build and shape their future as well. So we are going to start the presentation today. Can I have the sharing rights, please?
There is presenting some screens.
I think it says that you cannot start. Yes, no, it's fine.
Yes, this is visible. Please do it. Please pull screen, sir. Okay.
My slide is visible now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Once again, I also have a privilege to work with architect Charles Correa in 2003 and 4. When I was working with him, he was designing almost all the projects with a lot of passive architecture design. When we talk about today's subject where sustainability is the core of the built environment, it was in the practice then. And we can also correlate when we talk about the buildings which were designed and built almost like 20 to 30 years before, they were not having the air conditioning systems as a part of the design aspects. And they were beautifully designed with charokhas, jolly, courtyard, with a lot of trees in and out of the buildings. When We look at the economic growth in India. We also look at the modern aspects. We have also looked at the growth in terms of a lot of MNC firms in India coming and working in the environment. And we have also seen a lot of buildings. We also, as an organization, have worked with several buildings like these as well. And this is where we see some of the best buildings where we also got involved in terms of designing them with respect to the Indian Green Building Council's framework, IGBC. And then we would like to explain here that, let's say, the rating systems or the green building as a framework which talks about different component of the building, but be it any environment, like one of the building that you can see is Uttar Haryana Bijli Vitran Nigam, which is in Chandigarh, Panchkula area. And then this is designed with all the modern features, whereas you can see the building which is residential cottages in Shimla. And you can see both buildings are located in very different locations. However, the end result is to provide the comfort condition inside of the building. And that is where the rating systems, they have a very specific framework to design it. And that is what I will also going to lay down in terms of the basic principles of the green buildings and how we can define and design such built spaces with the minimum resource use in terms of natural. We all have seen. I also have the privilege to hear him passionately as one of the quotes of him. He says that if we can change the way you think about buildings, maybe what you build will change the world. Thank you very much for, sir, for giving us the knowledge. People or professionals like us who started the entrepreneurship journey with having a lot of inspirations from late Dr. Jain. He also has mentioned a few of the basic principles, which I think in almost all the programs, workshops, lectures, all the workshops, everywhere I used to hear him starting the presentation with the basic 5 elements of nature as a description of the every, let's say, built environment. He used to say that we can always build the sustainable built environment using these 5 elements of nature, and they will directly affect and impact the physical component, emotional and intellectualship of the equipment. So it is really, really important to talk about the 5 elements, and he used to describe it wonderfully. 5 elements are Vayu, Agni, Jal, Akash and Bhumi. As the term themselves suggest, like Bhumi, you can also correlate the Bhumi as a soil, and we also have been listening this as a phrase. जैसे हमारे बचपन में लोग हमें बोलते थे या हमें समझाते थे that you need to be grounded always all the time. हमेशा जमीन से जुड़े रहो. यही बहुत एक नियामत है इस लाइफ की. कितने ही आप बड़े प्रोफेशनल बन जाइए, कितने ही आप बड़े इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट बन जाइए, you need to be grounded, you need to be humble, and that is where we see the building's role also. When we talk about the Bhumi, it basically, as in our understanding from his description of these 5 Tattva Bhuta or 5 elements of the nature, we talk about the structure of the building, which is the main component of the building. आपके जितने भी इक्विपमेंट हैं बिल्डिंग के, दे हैव अ सर्टेन लाइफ साइकिल 5 साल की, 10 साल की, 2 साल की, बट स्ट्रक्चर हैज टू बी मोर रोबस्ट, एंड दैट इज वेयर वी सी द भूमि or the soil, the role, the structure has to be more stable of the building, and it should make the building run for, let's say, at least 50 years and goes up to 100 to 400 or maybe more as well. Akash, the second element of the basic elements. Akash, as we correlate ourselves as a human being, we always look at the sky and we look at the comparative component. It is really an important aspect of our life. When we see the limitless sky above our head, we try to imagine the space, that how small we are and how big the space is. And that is where we, as an architect, we can also correlate the spaciousness of a built environment and try to relate and try to design and define the space with respect to those spaciousness as a main characteristic of the building. ये बहुत जरूरी component है. The moment you talk about the built environment, आप किसी lobby में जाइए and the lobby is small, you will not have the feeling. If the lobby is bigger, you certainly feel that you are entering into the building which has a certain language. Certainly a really important aspect. Jal or water, it's an important aspect of our life, daily life rather, I would say. जिस तरह से जल बिना किसी एफर्ट के फ्लो में बहता है, उसी हिसाब से बिल्डिंग के केस में भी हम ये डिजाइन कंपोनेंट को मानते हैं that the water which gets flowed without any pumping or motor assistance, it should flow with the gravitational field, and that is where we see the free flow of the water. That is something which asks us to be more flexible in nature. As a professional, you are all students studying in different colleges. You have to be more flexible in the professional life so that whenever there is an adaptation requirement for you, आप उस समय की situation के हिसाब से अपने आप को mold कर लीजिए. And that is where you will always get the maximum learning out of it. This is my learning experience also. This was also been mentioned by Dr. Jain as well, always, all the time when I used to hear Agni or fire. Now it is something which we all can correlate it in our daily life. जैसे ही हम लोग घर से सुबह निकलते हैं, there is a aim behind this. हमें कुछ न कुछ एक लक्ष्य या उद्देश्य हमें मिलता है, आज के दिन में हमें ये काम करना है. That is the vision, कि आज के दिन में ये हमारे लिए एक ज़ील की तरह होना चाहिए कि हमें ये लक्ष्य अचीव करना है. यही हमें हमारे सुबह अगर आप देखें, अगर सही अमाउंट में या सही क्वांटिटी में डे लाइट स्पेसेस अंदर हैं और डे लिट स्पेसेस होने के कारण the moment we get to have those natural sunlight, हमारी जो thought process है वो बिल्कुल अलग हो जाती है. We are more live towards the life, and that is where we see the role of Agni or the fire in terms of feelings, in terms of the zeal in our life when we talk about the built spaces and correlation of those specific element in the building, Vayu or air. This is the last element of the nature, and this is something that we always correlate in our day-to-day life with respect to the built environment as well. जहाँ पर भी जैसे आपका कॉलेज है, आपका घर है, हर जगह आपको इस पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट की जो महत्ता है, जो इम्पोर्टेंस है, आप उसको समझ सकते हैं. The reason being that you can't have every built space as air-conditioned space. You can have a cross ventilation, you can have a natural ventilation, and all these features are really important for a green building as well. हर एक जगह पे आप देखिए, कोई built space के design की बात कर रहे हैं, specifically green building, all these 5 elements are going to play a very, very important role for you, be it from architecture side or from engineering side. ये सब के सब एलिमेंट आपको डिजाइन एस्पेक्ट्स में बहुत हेल्प करेंगे. फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट, similar to the basic 5 elements of the nature, we also have listed down a basic elements of sustainable built environment. कौन से ऐसे फीचर्स हैं जिसके थ्रू हमें the sustainability as a feature को इंटीग्रेट करना है बिल्डिंग डिजाइन में? सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी. जैसे ही हम बिल्डिंग की बात करते हैं, we talk about the energy consumption in the building or outside the building. In the building जब हम लोग बात करते हैं, तो हमारे जो लाइट कंपोनेंट है, जो हम लाइटिंग जलाते हैं उससे कंजप्शन हो रहा है, जो हम फैन चलाते हैं, एग्जॉस्ट चलाते हैं, एयर कंडीशनिंग चलाते हैं, सबसे हमारा एनर्जी कंजप्शन डिफाइन होता है। उन सब कंपोनेंट्स को हम लोग मिला दें और उसका जो एनर्जी कंजप्शन है वो हम डिफाइन करें, इट कम्स आउट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल व्हिच वी पे on monthly basis or on bi-monthly basis. Now, when we talk about the green building ratings per se, we talk about the energy efficiency. We talk about optimization of energy consumption in the building as well. What are the ways of doing it? Very simple. First and foremost, we need to look at the envelope component, and that is where we see and we expect कि जितने भी लोग जो एस्पायरिंग स्टूडेंट्स या एस्पायरिंग प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, अभी स्टूडेंट्स हैं, they need to be industry ready. They need to have more information about the design aspects of the green building. एनर्जी इफिशिएंसी की बातचीत करते हैं, जहां पर भी हमारे लाइटिंग या नेचुरल सनलाइट की अपॉर्चुनिटी है, we need to grab it. We need to have the cross ventilation opportunity in the building ताकि हमें एयर कंडीशनिंग कम से कम यूज करनी पड़े। जहां पर भी हमारे जो इक्विपमेंट एफिशिएंसी की बातचीत करते हैं, we need to talk about the best efficient systems available based on the usage requirement. अगर हम इतना कर लें, हमारी एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी सुनिश्चित हो जाती है, डिफाइन हो जाती है, and this is something that is very simple to adopt in day-to-day life also. हम लोग घर में भी ये सब चीजें करते ही हैं. We need to have the pledge under the trust that we are organizing in as of now, कि कहीं ना कहीं हमें इस पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट को अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में यूज करना है, उसको हमें एडहेयर करना है और उसको हमें फॉलो करना है. The second component which is related to the water, बिल्डिंग्स में वाटर एफिशिएंसी की बात करते हैं तो वाटर दो जगह पे यूज होता है. एक बिल्डिंग्स के अंदर जिसमें हम पानी पीने का यूज करते हैं, और हम जहाँ पे वॉशरूम्स में या क्लीनिंग में या किसी और जगह पे जहाँ पे पानी नॉन पोर्टेबल वाटर के आप यूज कर सकते हैं, वहाँ पे हम उसको यूज करते हैं बिल्डिंग के अंदर. बिल्डिंग के बाहर हम लोग, जहाँ पे आपका कॉलेज है, आप देखिए जहाँ पर भी लॉन एरिया है, जहाँ पे ट्रीज हैं, श्रब्स हैं, सभी जगह पे हम गार्डनिंग में वाटर यूज करते हैं. अगर हमारी कोई मॉल है जगदलपुर में, वहाँ पे जो वाटर कूल चिलर सिस्टम है, उसमें जो कूलिंग टावर है, अगर हम उसमें वाटर यूज कर रहे हैं तो किस हिसाब से और कौन कौन से फ्रेमवर्क के थ्रू हम उस दोनों अपॉर्चुनिटीज जो बिल्डिंग के अंदर है और जो बिल्डिंग के बाहर है, उसको हम किस तरीके से वाटर का कंजप्शन हम कम कर सकते हैं. दिस इज रियली इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. जैसे अभी इनॉग्रल सेशन में सर ने हमें एक्सप्लेन किया कि हम लोग एनर्जी नेट जीरो की ऑलरेडी रेटिंग अवेलेबल है. वी टॉक अबाउट नेट जीरो water rating, then we talk about net zero waste rating also from IGBC. ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़े नॉलेज सोर्स की तरह अवेलेबल है, and we need to follow them to become better professional in the built environment and sustainability. Waste management. वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एक ऐसी साइंस है जिसको हमें साइंस ना होकर के आई थिंक वी नीड टू अडॉप्ट देम इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ. हम सब लोग वेस्ट टू एनर्जी की बात करते हैं. वी ऑलवेज एक्सपेक्ट द गवर्नमेंट टू डू एवरीथिंग फॉर अस, बट वी apparently ignore the basic of the waste management, which is segregation of the waste. हम सब लोग उसी तरीके के हैं जहाँ पे हम लोग शायद कहीं ना कहीं इसको इग्नोर करते हैं. हम लोग इसको बताते जरूर हैं कि आप सब लोग को ऐसा कहना चाहिए और करना चाहिए, बट शायद कहीं ना कहीं वी इग्नोर इट टू द कोर ऑफ आवर एक्टिविटीज. वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट का बेसिक है, आप जो वेस्ट है उसको सेग्रीगेट करें, और जिस भी वेस्ट की कैटेगरी में वेस्ट आ रहा है, चाहे वो डिग्रेडेबल वेस्ट हो, नॉन डिग्रेडेबल वेस्ट हो, नॉन रिसाइक्लेबल वेस्ट हो, उसको डिस्पोजल के मैकेनिज्म्स दी गई हैं, आप उस तरीके से उसको फॉलो करेंगे. Very important aspect with respect to the policy point of view. प्रधानमंत्री जी की पॉलिसी जिसमें उन्होंने स्वच्छ भारत का एक विजन बताया है. भारत शब्द आते ही कहीं न कहीं हम सब लोगों के रोंगटे से खड़े जाते हैं. We feel so proud when we take the name as भारत. कहीं न कहीं हमें स्वच्छ भारत जैसे शब्द को शेप देने का जो संकल्प है वो हमें लेना चाहिए, एंड दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच हैज बीन मेंशन्ड इन द रेटिंग फ्रेमवर्क आल्सो. Second last component, but very, very important aspect, in the northern part of the country, whenever September month starts, we grip by the fear कि कहीं न कहीं बाहर का जो environment है वो बहुत दूषित हो जाएगा. We recently have also started reading the fact कि पंजाब में 200 जगह पे farmers ने अपने जो रेसिडुअल बचता है खेती का, फार्मिंग का, वो उन्होंने चला दिया है. And every year in Delhi and around this region, we feel that this is the menace which is available, and we feel that ये नहीं होना चाहिए, but हर साल होता है, and we have a lot of to-do activities. बट कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग सब लोगों के लिए एक मेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की तरह है कि हमें जो एनवायरनमेंट है, बिकॉज दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच वी आर इनहेलिंग लाइक एवरी 5 to 10 सेकंड बेसिस, और कैसे हम इस पर्टिकुलर कंपोनेंट को इग्नोर कर सकते हैं. इंडोर एनवायरमेंटल क्वालिटी, जहाँ पे हम लोग ऑलमोस्ट मे बी आई थिंक 23-24 आवर्स स्पेंड करते हैं आज के टाइम में, पोस्ट पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन या जो ऑनगोइंग पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन में, जहाँ पे वी आर बीइंग आस्क्ड फॉर रिसाइडिंग इनसाइड ऑफ द बिल्ट स्पेसेस. हमारी ये बिल्ट एनवायरनमेंट जो अंदर इंडोर एनवायरमेंटल क्वालिटी है, हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट दिस कैन बी. आई एम श्योर वी कैन ऑल अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारे जो PM लेवल है, जो हमारा CO2 लेवल है, किस हिसाब से हमारी बॉडी को अंदर से इम्पैक्ट कर सकता है. इट्स रियली रियली इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट, एंड दैट इज वेयर द लॉट ऑफ specific benchmark they have been mentioned in the rating framework, and we need to specifically talk about how we can improve the indoor environmental quality, not only from the air quality but also from the daylight quality inside the space, and in the sound quality as well. Last but not the least, as a basic principle that we understand as a consulting organization, is the material and resources. जितने भी हम लोग बिल्ट स्पेसेस देखते हैं, चाहे वो नॉर्दर्न पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री लाइक देहरादून, दिल्ली, नोएडा, और इवन जगदलपुर, और एनी अदर लोकेशन इन छत्तीसगढ़, और डाउन साउथ केरला, कोचीन, मटेरियल की जो वैरायटी है, इट्स इमेंस, particularly in India, because of certainly the geographical locations, जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा vary करती हैं. We have 5 climatic zones here. And all these things are really important. And for the buildings point of view, if we look at the aspects of green material, then certainly the local material utilization is really important. जहाँ पे embodied energy का जो optimization है, वो उस तरीके से हो सकता है. कहीं आप distance से या आप import करके वो material मंगा रहे हैं, certainly is not going to help. It is not going to make the building green in any case. It is going to talk about the more inefficiency, which is not measurable in terms of the simple manner, but we need to be more conscious while selecting the material in the building. Be it any material, चाहे वो सीमेंट हो, चाहे वो हमारी सैंड हो, ब्रिक्स हो, चाहे वो स्टील हो, ग्लास हो, फ्लोरिंग हो, फॉल सीलिंग हो, कोई भी मटेरियल हो, they all are available with a lot of better ingredients in terms of green material, green certified materials, and we need to use them. तो ये हमारे 5 basic principles हैं जो हम लोग as an organization we advocate and we propagate in terms of designing the sustainable built-in spaces: energy efficiency, water efficiency, waste management, indoor environmental quality, and then material and resources. Certainly इसके अलावा भी बहुत और भी सारी चीज़ें ग्रीन बिल्डिंग रेटिंग्स के फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन की गई हैं, जैसे साइट सिलेक्शन, साइट सस्टेनेबिलिटी एस्पेक्ट्स. जब when we talk about site sustainability, मतलब जब हम लोग built spaces की बात कर रहे हैं, we generally tend to ignore the people who have built those built spaces. कहीं ना कहीं रेटिंग का फ्रेमवर्क उन सब चीज़ों को भी बहुत सही तरीके से कवर करता है. We talk about the labor safety, adamant, their quality standard of the water, the air, जहाँ पे रह रहे हैं उसके आसपास के स्पेसेस, everything matters. Every life matters when we talk about the green buildings ratings. और इसी तरीके से हम लोग innovation की बात करते हैं. This is something which is very much important because you all are either engineering graduates or architecture graduates in times to come. You all have to be innovative while designing the green building or in for the matter of fact of anything or everything that you do in your life. So this is something which is also an important aspect which has been covered in the rating, that how beautifully you have done something which has not been done by others. And this is something which we talk about in terms of innovation category of the rating. Particularly energy efficiency, because this is something which is very, very important aspect in our life, and we can correlate it because every time when we don't take care of this aspect, we have to shell out some money. हम लोग को अपनी जेब से, अपनी पॉकेट से ज्यादा पैसा खर्च करना पड़ेगा if we don't care about the energy efficiency aspect of the building. बहुत आसान है इस एस्पेक्ट्स को कोरिलेट करना. पानी हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, हवा हमारे लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, but I think बहुत abundance में available होने के कारण we just don't pay the required homage to those specific, maybe more important aspects of the building design. But in general practice, we give more weightage or more importance to those where I think the money is linked. So energy efficiency is one thing that I'm going to talk a few more slides more. And then first and foremost, as I mentioned, kahin na kahin energy efficiency ka jo component hai that talks about the building design component first. How the envelope component has been designed. आपके घर से ही अगर हम लोग स्टार्ट करें, आप लोग देखिए, आप लोगों में से किसी का जिसका घर वेस्ट फसाड की तरफ है, वेस्ट ओरिएंटेड है, एंड इन जनरल घरों की जो डिजाइन है, एज एन आर्किटेक्ट आई कैन ऑलवेज मेंशन इट क्लियरली दैट घरों की डिजाइन टिपिकली स्टार्ट्स विद द ड्राइंग एंड डाइनिंग एरिया, बिकॉज दिस इज वेयर यू कैन bring your visitors and welcome them as well. उस जगह पे आप जनरली बड़ी विंडो भी देते हैं. You also tend to have more sunlight in those spaces. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, in case if your this particular bigger window is facing west, you are also going to bring a lot of heat inside the spaces, which is unwanted. But certainly you are going to have this in case if you have not designed it well. इस तरह के कंपोनेंट में आपका दूसरा साथी जो कि आपके जिस सड़क के उस पार रहता है. Now, in case if your house faces west, certainly your friend's house will face east, which means that your friend's house will have more enjoyment of morning sun when his bedroom is going to have the morning sun rays, whereas in case of your case, in case the bedroom doesn't have the morning sun, I'm sure that you'll all feel the difference in times to come, in times when you realize the comfort from the natural resources. यही तय करके मतलब कंपोनेंट जिसमें हम लोग बात करते हैं वॉल कंपोनेंट की, आपके ग्लेजिंग की, जो विंडोज जिससे बोलते हैं, विंडोज का साइज, उसका मटेरियल, उसकी शेडिंग डिजाइन, इन सब की इंपॉर्टेंस की बात करते हैं. रूफ कंपोनेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, पर्टिकुलरली इन द सेकंड टीयर सिटीज. सेकंड टीयर या थर्ड टीयर सिटीज इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि वहां पे ज्यादातर जो बिल्डिंग्स हैं वो शैलो साइज की होती हैं. शैलो मतलब 1-2 फ्लोर की, 3 फ्लोर मैक्सिमम साइज की होती हैं. Whereas in case of urban locations like Delhi, Mumbai and other locations, you will always see that there are high-rise buildings, be it commercial, residential. सभी जगह वो buildings high-rise लगभग 10, 20, 25 और 50 स्टोरी की buildings बनती हैं, where the roof component doesn't play much of the role, whereas in case of the second tier or third tier cities, roof component इतना exposed रहता है, and God's grace we have a lot of vertical radiation fall from the sun rays in the form of sun rays and it falling on the horizontal surface directly on over the roof. बहुत important aspect है कि हम उस roof को किस हिसाब से कवर करें, किस हिसाब से हम उस कंपोनेंट को और सही डिजाइन करें. दिस इज वेयर वी सी द एनवेलप एफिशिएंसी कंपोनेंट, जहां पे आपको बिल्डिंग का डिजाइन कंपोनेंट रखना है. और इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट कंपोनेंट ये है कि जितना भी हमारा हीट गेन है, जो हमारे एम्बियंट की जो हार्शनेस है, एम्बियंट की हार्शनेस का मतलब है अगर बाहर ह्यूमिडिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है और टेम्परेचर बहुत ज़्यादा है तो उसको किस हिसाब से हम उसको बाहर ही रखें, एनवेलप के थ्रू उसको अंदर ना आने दें। यहाँ पे आकर के एनवेलप एफिशिएंसी का कंपोनेंट है। देयर आर सो मेनी मटेरियल, एज आई मेंशन्ड, मटेरियल अवेलेबल है। डिजाइन एस्पेक्ट्स में इंजीनियर्स और आर्किटेक्ट्स का रोल है। दे नीड टू डू द जस्टिस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द क्लाइमेट रेजिलिएंट डिजाइन फॉर द बिल्डिंग। This component, I'm sure like we all have seen, because आप सब लोग कॉलेज में पढ़ रहे हैं, you all have seen how 2005 onward incandescent bulb से लेकर के CFL से लेकर के और फिर LED कितनी तेजी से ये टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो गई। It also shows one more thing कि अगर efficiency proven है और उसको हर बार demonstration की जरूरत नहीं है तो लोग no matter how much investment that they have done, they are going to replace it in any case because it has already proved its metal. Correct. So that is where we see the role of the better efficiency and the awareness among all of us. अगर हम सब लोग aware हैं, we are not going to delay better efficient fixtures to make the built environment more efficient overall. That is the slide says that किस हिसाब से हम लोग 60 वाट incandescent या 100 वाट incandescent से लेकर के हम लोग आज के टाइम में 6 वाट 10 वाट 12 वाट LEDs की बात करते हैं। And I'm sure like the new technology is pretty much like on the door step available होगी, which talks about better efficiency of the fixture with the better output or outcome. This सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स जो है बिल्डिंग की सस्टेनेबिलिटी डिफाइन करने के एस्पेक्ट्स में से कंफर्ट सिस्टम्स। फॉर एग्जांपल कोई भी हम लोग ऑफिस बिल्डिंग की बात करें, आप लोग अपने जहाँ पे स्टूडियोज हैं कॉलेज में वहाँ पर भी बात करें, यू माइट हैव the fan which are running and creating a lot of pulse in terms of air velocity, but बहुत सारे ऐसे स्पेसेस जरूर होंगे जहाँ पे एयर कंडीशनिंग सिस्टम बिना लगाए जो वहाँ के इक्विपमेंट हैं, जो जैसे आपके प्रिंसिपल ऑफिस में हो गए, आपके प्रोफेसर्स के केबिन्स में हो गए, वहाँ पे आप बिना एयर कंडीशनिंग सिस्टम लगाए आप लोगों की प्रोडक्टिविटी को एफिशिएंसी नहीं ला सकते हैं। ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द एफिशिएंसी, प्रोडक्शन एफिशिएंसी और लोगों की काम करने की एफिशिएंसी को लेकर के। पहले 20 साल 30 साल पहले लोगों को शायद इस तरीके से बहुत ही फोकस्ड वर्क का जो नंबर था, जो हमारी डेमोग्राफिक था, उतना फोकस्ड वर्क करने के लिए अवेलेबल था, बट उनको इतनी एडॉप्शन रेट जो था इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंफर्ट सिस्टम, वो उनकी बॉडी उस हिसाब से प्रिपेयर्ड थी, इट वाज कस्टम। नाउ with the more vulnerability available, with the more luxury available around us, we certainly feel that जो human body here, it's also the adaptation component है, जो उसका adaptation range है, it's also getting weak. हम सब लोग एयर कंडीशनिंग इन्वायरमेंट में रहना चाहते हैं। द मोमेंट द कंफर्ट इज नॉट अवेलेबल, हमारी जो प्रोडक्शन एफिशिएंसी है, द कंसंट्रेशन लेवल दैट वी ट्राई टू अटेन टू बी मोर प्रोडक्टिव, वो कहीं ना कहीं कंप्रोमाइज हो जाती है। और इस तरीके से इन सब जो इक्विपमेंट है, कंफर्ट सिस्टम्स लाइक एयर कंडीशनिंग इक्विपमेंट, उनकी जो इम्पोर्टेंस है वो धीरे धीरे बढ़ रही है। सिमिलर सा केस हमारे इंडिया में भी है, भारतवर्ष में भी है। वी हैव सीन पीपल यूजिंग द रूम एयर कंडीशनर और इवन द सेंट्रलाइज्ड एयर कंडीशनर एट देयर होम आल्सो। पहले एसी ऑफिसेस में ही यूज होता था, अब एसी घरों में भी यूज होने लगे हैं, और दैट इज द रीजन वी सी द लार्ज क्वांटिटी ऑफ एयर कंडीशनिंग सिस्टम जो सेल्स per year basis पे जो data available है from Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Now it is very important how to select those systems and how to define the energy efficiency component even if you use the air conditioning system in the building. तो सबसे पहले तो कंपोनेंट ये है कि जितनी बिल्डिंग्स में उतना स्पेस हमें डिफाइन करना है जहाँ पे हमें एक्चुअली में एयर कंडीशनिंग सिस्टम की रिक्वायरमेंट है, सो दैट जहाँ पे नहीं जरूरत है वहाँ पे हम नेचुरल वेंटिलेशन और मैकेनिकल वेंटिलेशन करके हम बिल्डिंग का कंफर्ट अटेन करें, अचीव करें, और जहाँ पे एक्चुअली जरूरत है वहाँ पे हमें सिलेक्शन की प्रोसेस को आगे बढ़ाना है। देन वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट द यूसेज, कि हमारा यूसेज कितना रेगुलर है। अगर हमारा यूसेज लाइब्रेरी टाइप का है जहाँ पे नंबर्स फ्रिक्वेंट नहीं है, नंबर्स कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है, वहाँ पे हम हो सकता है कि पर्टिकुलर लेस एफिशिएंट सिस्टम लगा सकते हैं। जहाँ पे हमारा स्पेस वैसा है जहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग हमेशा ही रहते हैं थ्रू आउट द ऑफिस आवर्स, वहाँ पे हमें मोस्ट एफिशिएंट सिस्टम लगाना चाहिए। तो ये सब जो डिजाइन एस्पेक्ट्स हैं with respect to the system selection and most efficient system, ये सब ग्रीन बिल्डिंग फ्रेमवर्क का पार्ट है। कंफर्ट सिस्टम्स में एक और चीज है जिसमें वैरायटी बहुत है। आपको स्प्लिट एसीज लेकर के विंडो एसी एंड देन वीआरएफ वीआरवी सिस्टम्स, एंड देन वी टॉक अबाउट द एयर cooled system, centralized and then water cooled tier system in the building. Certainly, जैसे मैंने बताया कि selection of the system defined by the usage and the size of the building as well, कहीं ना कहीं बहुत सारा जो कंपोनेंट है वो एफिशिएंसी डिफाइन करने के लिए है। जैसे हमारे जो वाटर कूलिंग सिस्टम है वो मोस्ट एफिशिएंट सिस्टम है, ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अप टू 6.3 so 6.8 or maybe more efficient systems are available at this point of time। और उसमें बहुत सारे कंपोनेंट भी हैं, जैसे हमारे चिलर हो गए which are basically the refrigerant को ठंडा करने के लिए वो मशीन है। देन एयर हैंडलिंग यूनिट, हमारी जो एयर जो ठंडी हो जाती है उसको हमें सर्कुलेट करने के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है। पंप्स हो गए जो कि हमें वाटर को हमें सर्कुलेट करने के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, पंप्स एंड मोटर्स। एंड देन कूलिंग टावर, सर्टेनली हमारे जो एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शंस हैं, जो हमारी पानी जो गर्म होकर के बाहर जाता है और उसको हमें ठंडा करना पड़ता है विद द हीट एक्सचेंज प्रोसेस, वो सब चीजें इसका कंपोनेंट का पार्ट है। लास्ट कंपोनेंट जो इलेक्ट्रिकल पावर का है, जो बिल्डिंग का जो कि सप्लाई साइड ऑफ इक्विपमेंट है, जो लोग इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग साइड के लोग हैं, दे कैन आल्सो लुक एट दिस एज ए एस्पेक्ट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज कहाँ है। जैसे मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया, जो लोग आर्किटेक्चर या सिविल साइड के लोग हैं, दे कैन आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारी जो जॉब प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स हैं वो इन्वेलप डिजाइन में है या हमारी बिल्डिंग डिजाइन में है। और इन केस ऑफ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर्स दे कैन आल्सो लुक एट द एस्पेक्ट की किस एरिया में हमारे लिए एस्पेक्ट्स या अपॉर्चुनिटीज ज्यादा है। इलेक्ट्रिकल बीइंग द मोस्ट एवरग्रीन फील्ड in the region, we always have seen the opportunities in different areas, starting from power plant to substation, transmission lines, or even the utilities where we talk about the smart metering devices. Everywhere we have some or other opportunities for the students or aspiring professionals who would like to be in the field in coming next to 6 to 1 year. And that is where we see a lot more opportunities in the building segment itself, in terms of a lot of sophisticated analysis which are required to make the building green as well. So just for example, this is one of the projects that we have done in Kannauj as a district in Uttar Pradesh, and then how the sophisticated tools like DASIM, Radiance, and Ecotech, how they have been utilized and used to help the building in getting designed better. So for example, how much windows that should be in which direction should be given, what will be the glass efficiency in terms of the performance of the glass should be there in the building, so that we should not have the glare inside of the building. We should have ample daylight spaces inside of the building. In case if there is any opportunity where we can have the diffuse sunlight inside the space, we must have. Now, most of the cases we always recommend and we always suggest that we need to harness the natural sunlight. But what are the ways how we can define it quantifically? And that is where the tools which are available, जैसे इस टूल की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं इस तरह के टूल्स आपको हेल्प करते हैं एज ए डिजाइनर, ताकि आप अपने क्लाइंट को कन्विंस कर सकें। इस तरह के टूल से इतनी % डेलाइट स्पेसेस आ रहे हैं, और अगर हम ग्लास का साइज कम कर देंगे तो वो डेलाइट कम हो जाएगी, which is not good for the equipment. Somewhere this kind of analysis they are more convincing to the client. जो लोग सिविल कंपोनेंट से जुड़े हुए हैं या सिविल में अपना फ्यूचर बनाना चाहते हैं, they certainly need to be well versed with such analysis where we look at, let's say, the landscape को design कैसे करना है. For example, there are a lot of requirement of the developmental activities. कहाँ पे किस टाइप का पेड़ लगाना है, शेडिंग कहाँ से होनी, शैडो कितनी जनरेट हो जाएगी विद द बिल्ट स्पेसेस. ये सब चीजें डिफाइन करती हैं in terms of the tree plantations or the landscape category selection. Or there have been a good utilization of such resources in the past by a lot of consulting firms around the globe as well. This is something which is very much important for the mechanical side of the students, because we have seen how students have used Transys and ANSYS as a sophisticated tools in the automobile sector. Now, the similar or the more relevant tools which are also available for the building computational fluid dynamics as an analysis. For example, ये सब tools available हैं. Some of them are free tools also. They also give you the information कि हमारी जो prevailing wind direction है, जो कि 3 से 5 मीटर पर सेकंड की स्पीड पे चल रही है, अगर वो बिल्डिंग के अंदर आती है तो किस डायरेक्शंस में कितनी ओपनिंग देनी है. बिल्डिंग के अंदर नहीं आती, हमें कोई ऐसा स्पेस हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है जहाँ पे हमें मॉर्निंग की प्रेयर होनी है या मॉर्निंग में गैदरिंग होनी है. दे कैन ऑल्सो टेल यू दैट at what angle this opening or the distance between these two blocks should be. And that is where we see the powerfulness of such tools which are available, and we need to just utilize them diligently. Some of the projects where we have seen the passive architecture being followed, and then we ourselves have designed such the component in terms of Earth-Air Tunnel in some of the training center in Kannauj, and this is something which shows कि किस हिसाब से हम लोग natural resources utilize करके. It is just the combination of the air which is available outside, making it to travel to almost like 70 to 80 or 90 meters below the ground, almost like 10 feet below the ground, and then make them let's say more comfortable in terms of the thermal comfort conditions required inside the space. Generally इस तरह के component की जो requirement है वो let's say hostel block or just buildings like guest houses or any other building which is commercial in nature, but they are being operated in the night time. Such systems are beautiful for usage in those built up spaces. And some of the locations which have more like the wet spaces in and around the building, they can also utilize such technology which is available already in India. Now, people who are from diverse background, be it from architectural, civil, engineering side, like electrical, mechanical, or even the environmental side, they can also understand this as a practice, that how we can talk about the structured process of optimizing the energy efficiency or energy consumption in the building. For example, this is one of the projects example where the as-is design was consuming this much total energy in the building, and what are the ways like orientation of the building, then Earth-Air Tunnel, then the selection of the material. Then we talk about the equipment like lighting fixtures and the controls like daylighting and occupancy sensors control, and then air conditioning system or efficient equipment. How these systems or selection or the diligence that we use during the design of the building and the system selection of the buildings, how they help the building owner in terms of optimizing the energy consumption of the building. And this is not it. We need to understand with respect to the ROI, return on investment, we need to understand the building is going to run minimum 50 years. And once you have done or ignored such a specific requirement as per the climatology or as per the resilient built design, certainly you are going to make, maybe I think you are offering the loss or the life long loss to the owner. I'm sure like you are not going to get the business in future in case if he gets to know about the ignorance that they have done. So from the aspiring professionals side, if I look at these aspects, this is very, very important aspects, and then a lot of consulting opportunities that are available in India because the growing market available in the green building segment. So this is something which they can always correlate. The last component, which is from the generation side, because when we talked about the net zero energy building, we should really talk about the renewable energy component. I'm sure like the electrical or the mechanical degree courses, be it from the BTech level or the MTech level, they also are teaching a lot in terms of the tools and apparatus in terms of analyzing the renewable energy generation capacity from the tools like NREL or PVSys or some other tools available. Some of them are free tools also. They can actually give you a lot more information that how you can utilize those sophisticated tools in terms of analyzing, or maybe you can understand that making the information available for all the stakeholders, that how the renewable energy, which is certainly generating the power based on the natural sunlight available or the radiation available for the user or for the owner free of cost. So this is something which is very much important aspect. Now, few of the opportunities which are really very, very relevant for the engineering students primarily, or the architects coming out from the colleges, like pre-COVID scenario, what are the traditional or conventional ways that we as a designer understand in terms of the building design? कौन से ऐसे aspects हैं जो कि नए aspects हम लोग देख रहे हैं in terms of building design as an opportunity area. तो जैसे हम लोग कोई बिल्डिंग की बात करते हैं, we talk about architect's role, we talk about mechanical, electrical and plumbing. Plumbing is primarily from the civil side of the component, we understand, and then the green building consulting, and then the facility management as an operating organization which runs the building once it gets constructed. Different subcomponent like facade designer, like lighting designer, they are the new engineering fields that are available at this point of time, जो कि शायद 20 साल पहले लोग इतना ध्यान नहीं देते थे. Now with more like the requirement coming from the client, we also see that this is something which is becoming more the requirement driven. And then the moment we talk about the more net worth of the building which is getting constructed, we certainly talk about more and more opportunity for such fields like facade design, lighting design, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and building management system. This is again the conventional. Now, if we move to the next slide, which is the last slide of this presentation as well, we talk about the newer opportunities. For example, ventilation expert. We talk about the energy efficiency expert, because the people are getting more conscious nowadays in terms of what will be the operating bills for the building. We talk about a lot of people. We talk about the life cycle cost assessment of the building, where not only the equipment but also the building material usage and their requirement. From smaller building to the bigger building, everywhere we see the enhancement in terms of the job prospects with respect to the newer opportunities, which were not there almost like 6 to 8 months back. And that is the positive side or the flip side of this ongoing pandemic, which I think you being the student fraternity can understand and try to get your hands better on these special or specific skills, so that you be ready for the industry absorption. And that is where I think we all are hoping with such a novel initiative from PGMT or other organizations like IGBC as well, that you be aware about the newer fields in the green building built environment as a field, and then you be embraced with those knowledge and be prepared well for the market readiness. Thank you very much, all of you, and thank you again, PGMT and Payal ji, for giving this opportunity. And over to you, Sandeep Naranji. and Mr. Sahu.
Thank you, Anurag ji. Thank you for wonderful presentation, which should be a roadmap for the students of Government Engineering College Chhattisgarh. अभी एक बहुत बड़ा सवाल है कि एज ए सिविल इंजीनियर हमें ग्रीन बिल्डिंग्स नॉलेज किस लिए चाहिए. The plain data is we have only constructed 40% of built environment what we need in India. 60% of the India is yet to be constructed. So this is for information of all the civil engineers, upcoming civil engineers of government engineering colleges and other students who are attending this program, that all the upcoming construction will be efficient construction, whether we call it green buildings, whether we call it smart buildings. Yeah, so it's very important for you to be having this knowledge on sustainable built environment, जो अनुराग जी ने हमारे साथ शेयर की. अनुराग जी, there is a question in Q&A box. It's from Aryan Jain. He says, from the perspective of a civil engineer, in what ways we can inculcate sustainability while designing structures?
Sir, when we design or consult the stakeholders on this aspect, I think we also look at this aspect very closely. For example, when we talk about the building, which cost you maybe I think 50 crore to 100 crore, the maximum component that gets spent is on the civil part. And that is where we look at these aspects very closely, that the rating systems which talk about the less usage of the building material like steel. So there are points available when you design a structure innovatively, how well you can save, let's say, even if, let's say, in some of the projects when we are involved, and we define the credit requirement in terms of how to optimize the steel component. Sometimes in one of the projects that we have seen that the designer has used, let's say, the 9 kg steel per square feet. Now, once we did discuss that there are certain projects where the people have started using almost like, let's say, the 5 kg per square feet or something, these numbers, and this is the calculation that you can optimize it. This certainly gives a lot more information and confidence to the designer as well. And that is where we see, we are not only talking about the less use of steel, but we talk about the energy which gets spent already in production of this steel. Even if we could save, let's say, 5%, this will be the wonderful initiative. And there's a lot of, let's say, opportunity in this domain, just because the material component is very important role from the civil engineering point of view, I would say.
Dushyant sir, you want to have any questions to the speaker? So I believe we'll be closing this webinar. So it has been a wonderful week and wonderful week of remembrance to Dr. Prem C. Jain sir. We had few wonderful talks coming up, and I wish Payal ji can take it further to close the event, or the closer of the event. Please, Payal ji.
Thank you very much, Sandeep. Thank you. I must thank you from the bottom of my heart. This whole week, the World Green Building Week celebration, nothing would have happened without your initiative and without your prodding and getting everybody together. So my first thanks is to you. Thank you very much, Anurag. That was a very insightful session. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Dushyant ji, thank you for your collaboration with PJMT. I do want to take this opportunity to thank the entire PJMT board of governors and trustees, many of whom are still watching this session and without whom we wouldn't have been able to do the last 18 months, all the milestones we have crossed in the last 18 months. Thank you, Rajneeshji. I see you are still here. Thank you very much. Everybody else, thank you, students. We've had a wonderful week with fantastic speakers, some wonderful topics. All of us are more aware of a greener planet, and I hope you will all carry this flame forward. I hope आप सब ये green का message आगे बढ़ाएंगे, आगे ले जाएंगे और follow करेंगे. खाली सुन के घर नहीं चले जाएंगे. This is the whole idea is अपने life में आप green लाएं हर तरह से. चाहे आप वो shopping करने जाते हो, चाहे खाना खरीदते हो, चाहे पानी use करते हो, हर चीज में आपको green सोचना पड़ेगा. तभी this planet will remain beautiful the way it is. नहीं तो हम तो चले जाएंगे, आप लोगों के पास ये बहुत brushed planet रह जाएगा. So I sincerely hope ये सब students जो सुन रहे हैं, they will follow the message of green. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.